So this is how SAPstream works. Hopefully this will help people kind of visualize exactly what they're doing. So it would be like a credit objective, what the structure of the loan would be, and then explanation of who they are. Executive summary, we can put, different things there. Now here's where, we don't want people to touch this too much because when you start erasing hyperlinks and things like that, you can really kind of cause a problem. But I'll use an example. So I pulled out what is the relevant documentation that is needed, and it'll say open. And this is Microsoft Word, Microsoft Internet Explorer. It's not always the most friendly. So if you think about it, you can go look through and have exactly what the pertinent documents are. Personally think that our team ought to highlight this into yellow. So you can also go look at the real estate schedule, and what that means. So in this case, it's Abraham Gallo. So he's a monster in itself. It's a brain-damaging file. And where all this makes sense is, so you go through the executive summary, and I picked this one because I had so many different what I call collaboration places where we can kind of think. And I've talked to Jordan, and what we talked about is exactly the delivery. So if you see it this way, this is an interactive map. And a lot of people don't realize that it's interactive, meaning like super interactive. So you want to go visit Gallo's restaurant. Oops. Oh, not working perfectly here. Okay, there we go. It's a little slow, but anyways, what you'll find is that you'll actually see the picture of the property. There we go. By dropping that little guy, and you can go and check out, ooh, there's Gallo's. So now you're starting to see actually the property in itself. You want to go further, get closer, get that bad boy. Now you'll see in Gallo, he's right by Walmart. It's probably the prime land to actually own. This is in Wasilla. So, what people may not understand is Gallo's is a direct competition to a lot of the fast foods. So you get the idea, and this is where the reports ought to be. I gave a corporate password for Reese, which is another separate internet site that you go and you can get the property report. Okay? And we'll give you the sign-in sheet for that, for the people that are working with us. Not a lot of stuff work all that great with Microsoft Internet Explorer. Ever since they've changed some of the things, I go nuts in the functionality of it. Because nobody wants to do a lot of time. It seems like we have an attention span of more than 5 seconds, and we just don't want to. We don't want to think about it. So you can see the interactive. Now, the Box.net that some of you have looked at, you can download the whole thing. Here's a beautiful thing. What Jordan wanted is he wanted all these things to, he can just take Gallo package and slam that bad boy into a 1-zip file, or he can print it all out in PDF. That's all doable here in Box, and I'll go over that a little later on the video. I'm just going over SAPstream. This is a timeline that SAPstream has and what it means. And what this will do is it will give us a timeline for it to look. This is the Hummees checklist of what we need to do to close the loan. So as each collaborator, they check off what they received. And because it's in the BoxNet, or we can attach it here, reference. I'll just attach it, document from the computer. We'll just be done. We're all right here in the checkoff list. Why? Because people cannot go through their emails enough and try to figure out what's going on. Here's the FMPP checklist. Here's the bid. And did we get the bid? So we can just check it off right here. and we could actually attach the bid. Here is the master service agreement signed. Here is the ACH signed, and this will help Hanmi Bank or anybody in the first lien understand what's going on. Next would be the CDC. CDCs are who they are, and they've got their own way of doing things. And so this is where we do the checkoff list in the way that they want it, because none of us want to work together, it seems. And then here's the videos that is attached to it. Here is a SWOT analysis, and this is where Chris does his credit analysis to prove yes or no, was it approvable. And it's ranked between 1 through 10, quite like a bank. 1 through 5, substandard, special mention, and those items, and we rank it so people understand what the loan structures are. So that is our SAP stream. In that, this was supposed to be able to be integrated, and this is why I went crazy when I paid so much money for SAP stream to go. And this whole module right here was supposed to be one of these modules, but for whatever monkey reason they can't get it to work right, and I paid big dollars, and I guess they didn't quite deliver on their side. So that's the reason why I found alternative ways. Because if you want to tackle on a great big client, and all of us want to, because they're just great credit. In Taco King alone, Abraham Gallo has $1 million net operating income profit. So you tell me, one building or two building, what does it matter? Net operating income is, with a corporate guarantee on all of his Taco King. You can't go wrong on the loan. So this was supposed to be embedded, but we had to find some alternative ways. Okay.